The Tour de France is pretty much cycling's most massive undertaking. It will be an 8-day stage race. Each day is well over 100 kilometers. Whoever can last longest in the mountains will come out victorious.
She's competed on the world stage, winning Olympic bronze in Tokyo for Team USA. But when 28-year-old Lily Williams takes on the Tour de France this Sunday, it'll be a competition like she's never seen. Literally, as the women's race returns after a 33-year absence.
Were you born when the Tour de France was happening for women in the 80s?
No, I wasn't.
The Tour de France held its inaugural women's race in 1984.
It was the first time that women competed in the famous bicycle race.
That's when American Marianne Martin shocked everyone by winning it all.
Not only did Marianne Martin of Boulder, Colorado win easily, she led the Americans to the women's team title.
I'm feeling great now, and I think a lot of people are tired.
I was the last one chosen for the team, and at the time, the French didn't even think we would finish.
Marianne, is that the trophy right there behind you?
Yes, that's the trophy from the tour.
Bring it over here. I need a closer look.
It's really beautiful. It's a real piece of art.
Wow.
But just 5 years later, tour organizers discontinued the women's race, citing lack of money and support.
Can you imagine football without the Super Bowl?
True.
It gives a goal. And I think without that, there's not quite that same intensity.
Lily, meanwhile, grew up an athlete, becoming a college runner. But she acknowledges having the tour around as a kid might have made a difference.
I think, had there been a women's Tour de France when I was watching it growing up, I probably would have gotten into cycling a lot earlier.
Instead, she only took up the sport 6 years ago.
I didn't start cycling until after I graduated and moved to Chicago and was using a bike to get around.
Oh, and it just took off from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Her rise in the sport coinciding with the recent push for equality between men's and women's athletes.
I think we see that across the board with the change over the past few years. The women's soccer team have really been pushing for parity with the men's, and that's trickling down to sports all over. So it's exciting to be part of that.
Lily's team, Human Powered Health, has both men's and women's teams, but has never sent a men's team to the tour, instead waiting for this moment to send the women first.
Being an American athlete on an American team competing in Europe, it's really special for us to kind of go to the epicenter of cycling and do the biggest race in the world.
For Marianne, who's lending her support to Lily and the team, it feels like another victory.
How does it feel for you knowing that it's back this year?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for women because what a goal to look forward to and have that as, I see it as the pinnacle of cycling, and it's back. So they have something like that to aspire to.
The journey back to Paris, a long uphill ride started by one generation, carried on by the next.
I hope that people will see it and kids will get excited and want to do it. So it'll just make cycling even more popular in America and abroad.
I love how Marianne said, imagine football without the Super Bowl. Like, you want that thing that you strive for. And by the way, Marianne's tour victory was exactly 38 years ago today.
That's
Both
cool.
she and Lily, they're hopeful that this time around, the funding, the exposure, it will all keep up that interest for women's cycling and hopefully keep the tour going for good this time. So you can watch Lily compete starting Sunday morning on Peacock.
Go, Lily, go.
I'll be tuning in.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.